Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Planetary Wisdom. So in this app, I'm going to be talking about the approaching new moon in Virgo. So new moon is the beginning of the lunar month, and it's when we have the sun and the moon in the same sign. So this really amplifies the lessons of that sign, and this time it will be Virgo. So let's have a look and chat about Virgo, shall we? Virgo asks us to exercise discernment, okay, to decipher or decide what's good for us and what isn't, okay? So how do we do that? Well, it's an earth sign, so it asks us to trust our gut. How does this feel in our body? Whether it's, a situation such as your workplace or a relationship or a new enterprise opportunity, how does it sit in your body? Okay, do you get a good gut feeling about it? Or does it upset your gut in some way? So Virgo rules the appendix as well as the intestines and the nervous system. So you're likely to feel an upset tummy, okay, if something's really not good for you, okay, or your nervous system. You're likely to feel really anxious and uptight if a situation really isn't for your highest and best well-being on all levels. So Virgo, of course, rules health, and that's not just physical health, even though it is an earth sign. So this lunar month, we're really likely to see health, I suppose, debated and questioned, because this is, after all, the sign that scrutinizes things, that asks questions in order to, again, discern what really does constitute good health. Okay, is it well, I'll leave that for you to decide what's appropriate for you. But this new moon is occurring at 14 degrees in Virgo, and that falls in the second decan, which, if we divide the sign into three equal parts, 3/3, this is the second third, and it's ruled by Capricorn. So since Virgo also governs work, because this is the sign of the priestess, one who dedicates themselves to serve, all right, or the priest, depending on your gender. But it's usually portrayed as a woman if you see images of Virgo. So this could really amplify even workaholism, okay? So it's important to keep the work-life balance in check, so that your job isn't killing you. Okay, that you can be of service but not a slave to the job and a servant. All right, so this may be a time to review your work conditions, how much you're paid, and be an advocate on your own behalf if it's not honoring of your energy levels and your time, and therefore your well-being and your health. So some will have the opportunity this month to acknowledge what is making them sick to their stomach. So this could be hypercriticism of yourself, okay? Because one of the shadow traits of Virgo is criticism, and that happens when we really hone in on the details and we don't balance it with a big picture outlook. So this can be the rational mind when not balanced by the soul, really going into a state of overt meticulous judgment, which can result in perfectionism. So now, if we're being judgmental of others, it's a sign that we're feeling judgmental towards ourselves, and we're trying to deflect it, okay? By picking on others, we're not having to listen to our own inner critic or inner slave driver. So if you find yourself, observing that you're being more judgmental than usual of other people, turn the mirror around and say, okay, what am I afraid of acknowledging in myself? Where am I judging myself? And how is that impacting my well-being? So this month is also likely to bring up boundaries, and us being honest with ourselves about how we manage the expectations of others. In other words, if we don't state clearly what our limits are, okay, of course others don't know, all right? So this is about us being able to state clearly the terms of how we want to be treated, and outlining what our limits are, okay? Whether that's on our time, our energy, our bodies, so that we don't need to unconsciously manifest a catalyst such as thrush, okay, which is an invasive bacterial organism, which can symbolize that we're not speaking up, that we're feeling imposed upon, or we're afraid of being imposed upon because we're not using, our voice to be able to state our own terms. Other conditions could be head lice, okay, blood-sucking vampiric entities that can flag that our energetic boundaries are being imposed upon. So this is a good time to strengthen your energetic boundaries, and you can do that by simply including in your morning practice the words, I cast out any imposing energies, any imposing thought forms, and any imposing technologies, and I delete any and all effects of them.